So what load balancer will do is, okay, so whatever the input traffic is coming to the like AWS resources, as of now our understanding is only EC2, but it can do load balancing, container service like ECS or EKS. Forget is also one of the container kind of service itself. It can do any of those. And what are the types of load balancers we have is, we have old generation classic load balancer. So that is a old generation kind of load balancer. End of life is already declared for that. And application load balancer. Then we have the network load balancer and the gateway load balancer. Among these, which one is the new one?
Application load balancer.
Application load balancer is the no. Gateway load balancer is the new one.
Okay, gateway.
Okay. So previously we have classic, network, and application.
Okay, done.
Okay. So then here these terminology, load balancing automatically distributes the traffic across the multiple targets, and similar kind of targets keep them into one target group. Okay. So here, if you hit a website like Flipkart.com, technically that is going to Flipkart load balancer. Among that backend, they may have hundreds of servers of Flipkart. Even if one server goes down also, okay, so the user doesn't get any downtime. Okay, user doesn't get any downtime because it will be redirected to any of the
empty instances.
Any of the server is going to redirect to the any of the server. That is the advantage of this load balancer. So here we need to configure the listener. Listener checks the request and it's going to redirect the protocol. Say I want to monitor based on say suppose we have a two web servers. Okay, so then I want to configure the listener is based on HTTP or HTTPS. I need to configure. Okay, if I have two AD servers, Active Directory servers, then based on the LDAP protocol, we need to load balance. Two Oracle servers or two MySQL kind of servers. Okay, so like maybe we have DNS kind of servers. So here the listener will configure the protocol and port. Okay, so make that need to check whether that listener is listening or not. If any of the target is not listening, means what's going to happen? If any of the target is not listening that listener rule, then what's going to happen? Load balancer will remove that server from the load balancer, and user request should be not going to forward to that. Okay. So that is the purpose we are going to use listeners. And we can give the priorities also of those listeners. All this we'll discuss. And the target group will have one or more registered. If you have only one, what is the problem? Again, if it is down, it's a single point of crash. Okay. Any doubts on this?
No, it's all good. Second.
So then here, application load balancer supports only HTTP or HTTPS. That means if you have any web-based application, which load balancer is recommended to choose? Application load balancer, HTTP level or HTTPS level, network load balancer can't do. Network load balancer can do TCP level or UDP level. Okay. Say if I have two DNS servers or two MySQL servers, which type of load balancer we need to use? DNS servers or two Active Directory servers or two MySQL servers. So which load balancing we can use.
Application load balancer.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So other than HTTP, HTTPS, if any other TCP, UDP ports are there, we can use network load balancer.
Okay, got it.
Okay, only for web-based applications is recommended. Okay, then what is the meaning of path-based routing? Assume I have one portal, jhmc.com, and when maybe one portal is there, google.com. If it is / images, I want to redirect to some target group. If it is google.com / videos, that means based on the path of the application, I want to redirect to different target groups. Because my application for images is different, for videos I want to redirect to YouTube kind of target group. Okay, so this kind of path-based routing is possible with which type of load balancer? With which type of load balancer?
Router based.
Come again?
He said router based.
Router.
No, we are
based.
discussing about application and network load balancing. So for path-based routing, whether we need to go for application load balancer or network load balancer?
Network.
Application load.
Application load balancer. Path-based routing is not possible with network load balancer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so content-based load balancing, all these also. Okay, so content-based routing, all these also is possible through application load balancer. Lambda as backend is supported by Lambda as a backend is supported by which type of load balancer?
Network load balancer.
Lambda is the serverless.
Serverless. It's also by application load balancer. It's not supported by web-based
Correct.
HTTPS is supported by TCP and UDP is supported by
Network.
network load balancer. Okay, so now still we'll come to the differences. So here, this concept you understand, right? Load balancer will take the request and will have the rules. Based on the rules, we'll have the different target groups. And here we are going to configure the port and the protocol. Accordingly, it can redirect that to those targets. Even if one target is down also, load balancer will take the decision to load balancer will redirect the decision to
Other server,
other
which
target.
is
Other target. Here the target is only instance is maybe a lambda function, EKS, ECR, whatever it may be. Okay.
okay, got it.
The application load balancer works at the layer 7. Okay. Application load balancer works at layer 7. Okay. So in the ISO OSI layers, okay. So we have total 7 layers. In this, the application layer is the 7th layer. Okay, for HTTP, HTTPS, it's going to decide. And can you tell me what is the round robin? Here, what is round robin? The algorithm what we are using is round robin. Okay, the first, if I have 4 servers assume in the target group, the first user request will goes to first server. Second user request will go to second server. Third
Second
user
server.
request will go to third. Fourth will go to fourth. Fifth again.
Fifth.
No, we have only 4 servers.
Okay. So again, it will go to first.
First server it will get. Okay. So
Okay.
these kind of rules are called as, this kind of algorithm is called as
Round robin.
round robin. What is the meaning of least loaded one? If least loaded is which server having least load, to that it will send. But here we don't have the algorithm. Here we are not using least loaded. We are using
Round robin.
the round robin algorithm. So we are going to read it based on the health. If the third server is not responding to load balancer, then the third server would be removed from the load balancing. The third server would be removed from load balancing. Then the third server request should be sent to fourth server. Okay, so the load balancer would be keep on checking the health of the targets. If any of the target is not responding, then that would be server would be removed from the load balancing decisions. Then user request won't direct it to that server. Is it fine?
Yes.
So is there any particular rule saying that if the round robin doesn't work, it will automatically default to the least rule or least
It goes to next server. Right?
loaded?
Not available, it goes to next server.
Okay.
If
I mean, like
it goes to 4.
Okay.
What are the advantages? Path-based conditions. And if any authentications are there, okay, the authentications, all these also is supported by application load
Sorry,
balancer.
because I joined late, but I just want to understand the inherent difference between choosing the load balancer for application and network. What is the basic difference? Why we choose network and application for
Layer 4 of TCP IP. Hello?
Okay.
Layer 4,
Yeah.
layer 4 level it was. Okay, whereas only for TCP UDP level, not at the HTTPS level.
Okay.
Application, if you have any website at that level, it can do the load balancing in application load balancer.
Okay. So all databases, all websites, they all use
Database
application
not
load balancer.
web-based, right? Database, 2 database. Anyhow, 2 database servers, they will use their own cluster kind of service for load balancing.
Okay.
If you go for Oracle, two Oracle servers will have in a rack.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Only
Right?
applications. Yeah, application level.
Maybe 2 DNS servers or 2. Other than HTTP, anything is there? Again, we need to use network itself.
So basically, any kind of command line or any kind of data transfer protocols, like for example, migrating data. These are all again network related. So they also go to the network. I mean,
So maybe 2 file servers we can call.
okay.
2 Samba servers instead of configuring those clusters.
Okay. Any practical example you can give, like where like let's say we take hosting a website and then accessing the website, then any practical example?
All the features because GUI wise while configuring we don't get any difference. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah.
While configuring, we don't get, first we'll understand the differences, then we'll go for that configuration. Okay, see here these load balancer, listener, target groups, all these are same for network load balancer also. Okay, network load balancer works at which layer? The fourth layer. The millions of requests can be handled per second. If I have a website or if any application having getting millions of requests also, which load balancer can bear? Okay, so then TCP, UDP traffic, say HTTPS is TCP traffic or UDP traffic? HTTPS is TCP
UDP.
traffic itself.
TCP.
The TCP traffic. So one advantage of here is millions of requests can be handled. Okay, then static IP address can be assigned to the load balancer. We can assign elastic IP. That's not possible to assign to application load balancer. It's not possible to application load balancer. Okay, so now I'll go to AWS console. Here we'll see whether any instances are there. This is one instance. I'll terminate this. I'm going to create an instance again. My ELB instances. Here I'll go for my AMIs. Yesterday we created with Choco. Yeah, that AMI I'm using. So because we have already application has been there in those AMI. You understand, right? This concept. We have already one AMI is there, in that already application is there. Then I definitely need to open HTTP traffic also. Otherwise the website won't open. Then launch the instance. I'm going to create a new key pair, or I'll choose the existing key pair itself. I have already Terraform PPK. That's in the PPK format itself. That key pair is available. Let's get those instances. We created one instance or two instances. Then again, I'll launch one more instance. Okay? In the same check that security group. In that also 80 should be open. Yeah, I have two instances now. So we'll check whether in this that application is there or not. Yes, already that application is there. In the second instance also, I'll confirm whether that application is there or not. Okay, in both the same application is running. Then so scroll down to EC2. So here we have two options, right? Load balancer and target groups. First, I'll go to target groups. These two servers I'll bring to the same target group. Already I have one target group that long back I have created. I'll delete that. Let it be. Maybe load balancer is in use. So now here those are like if it is a instances, IP, Lambda function or application load balancer. Which one we need to choose? Those two are instances. And I'll give Choco Lux target group and port is 80 and choose the VPC. Health check is my application is running not in the root folder. In the Choco Lux. In this index.html. Okay, if your application is hosted, then give /hosted. These two servers I'm adding as targets. Okay, target instances. Then I'm creating the target group. If you have 40 instances with the same application, choose those 40 into one target group. Otherwise, if you have two different applications, then 20 into one target group, another 20 into another target group. Okay. Then what we need to do is we need to create the application load balancer. To create a load balancer. So here try to create even network load balancer also because HTTP anyhow it can work at TCP level also, but path-based all those are not possible to redirect. Okay, and say here we have one more type is also is there out, that is classic load balancer, which is a old generation or previous generation load balancer. I'm going to create here application load balancer. I'll call as Choco ELB. Say what is the meaning of internet facing and internal? Say if it is a web-based application, then choose internet facing. If it is only for the VPC only you want to access within the network you want to access, then we need to choose internal facing. As of now, we require internet facing and IPv4 itself we have, and choose the VPC. And as of now, if you know here, you no need to choose all the subnets. Where is your instances minimum? Choose 2 subnets, because 2 zones you need to select, because all the servers if resides in the one zone, it's a single point of crash. Then don't use default security group. Create a new security group. In the new security group, we need to open definitely HTTP or HTTP rule. HTTP I'm going to open. For ELB and the inbound rule at the HTTP. Okay. From anywhere you give optionally the same HTTP from any IPv4 also we can open. So choose anywhere IPv6. And attach this to your load balancer. My ELB, the security group I have attached. Default one I have removed. Then here, this is the listener. If the user comes with 80 HTTP, HTTPS, because it's an application load balancer, and forward to job collapse. Okay, so this rule we need to configure. If it needs another port is there, we can add another listener also. Okay, so we can add a listener also. 81 or 82 or 8080, like this we can configure. Okay, create a load balancer. The tags are not required. I have removed them. I have created the load balancer. Okay, so let's go to this load balancer. So for the load balancer, we'll get one DNS name. From that, we can access it. So here we got this DNS name, right? So from this name, we can access our website. Okay, it takes minimum 5 minutes, and we need to check the target groups for any troubleshooting. Those target groups. So in the target group, the instance should be healthy. So go and check here. So still what is the health of this? Initial, this should be comes into healthy state. Then only load balancer will take the decision to redirecting them to the targets. Let's wait for some time. It takes, what is the state we got? Unhealthy. We'll check the reason why those we got unhealthy. Here, what is the error code we got? Normally 301 is also is a success message itself. 400, 500 are errors. But what we configured here is so only 200 we said to accept as success. But we got 301. That's the reason it's assumed it's a failure. Then here I'm going to give this one. Then here we have advanced listener options. Okay, what is the meaning of healthy threshold is the listener need to get the success for 5 times. That means the server need to respond how many times? 5 times, sir. Then only
5 times.
that is a healthy target. Unhealthy, how many times? 2 times. If that is not responding for 2 times, then it assumes it's unhealthy. Okay. And for every 5 seconds, it would be like, sorry, for every 30 seconds, it would be sending, and timeout is for 5 seconds. That's the reason it takes some time, minimum 5 minutes it takes to get into healthy state, because 3 into 5, 150 seconds, it takes minimum. Now we'll see in the targets. So we need to get that into healthy state. So we need to access not from the instance IP. We'll get one DNS IP. DNS will get from there. We need to access our application. In this, again slash Choco. Sorry, what is that? Choco Flex. So that is the URL we have here. Now I'll go to my instance there. I'll shut down one instance. Whether our application will open or not. If I shut down my instance, whether my application will open or not. It will open.
It will be open.
How many targets you have?
2.
Okay, so it redirects to another one. Okay, so now I'll open the same application from the private mode.
Generally, in real life instances, when one instance is down, if you have a retention which is actually taking longer time, right? How do we resolve? Is there any
Warm up 5 minutes, and we are going to use auto scaling groups. Actually, we don't attach the instances like this. Yesterday we created the auto scaling groups, right? Even if one instance deleted also, as the minimum number is there or maximum number is there, it's going to create automatically. And that health, it takes a warm-up time of 300 seconds. Then only it starts reporting to load balancer. If that is taking more time, then keep more warm-up time.
Okay, so you mean to say once the instance is down, immediately auto scaling group would restart another instance and make it available within the
Yes, but that warm-up time is 300 seconds. We don't get any downtime. So with the 50%, 60% itself, we are going to create one more instance also. If the load is increasing, it may go till 70% also, the server can bear. But at 50% itself, we are going to keep one more server ready. Do you understand?
Yeah, see, basically auto scaling rules, they depend on how many instances are up and down, and depending on that, they reboot or they add one more instance, or that's how it works, right? So you're saying,
Now what I'll do is I'll shut down both the instances. Normally in the real time, we don't do like this. If both the instances are down, still auto scaling will create one more. Yet these are individual instances. If both are down, can we get a downtime with the load balancer or not?
Yes, we will get the downtime.
Definitely we'll have a downtime. We'll go and see
Yes.
the private mode, better to check because it may come from cache sometimes. It's coming, but you try to open this, it won't open. I send that link in the chat. This may be coming from the load balancer cache itself, but it won't open normally. I try to click on that link.
Yeah, it's not opening. 503 service temporarily unavailable.
According to that error codes also, we should able to troubleshoot. And first go and check the target's health. Say in the target groups, we'll have the target's health, right? Say here that instance it is telling target is in the top state. Again, if I start one instance, how much time it takes minimum? Again, it need to update 5 times, say healthy, 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 healthy. Then only it assumes it's a healthy instance. I'm going to start one more instance. One more, like I'm going to start. I hope you understand, right? This. Okay. So now, what we'll do is try to create network load balancer also in the same way. I will create an auto scaling group. So while creating auto scaling group, first what we require is we require a launch template. I'll see whether any launch template is there. Otherwise, we need to create. Yesterday we created, but yeah, say yesterday we have chalkboard template, but I am using emailer template. Then choose the VPC, all these details. Available zones also. Minimum, we need to choose 2 zones. Why? Because even 1 zone goes down also, the solution should be highly available. Then here you can attach to a new load balancer or existing load balancer. In the real time, we don't create individual targets. We'll create an auto scaling group and attach to the load balancer. Did you get this?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so try to do these all the scenarios.
sorry, can you go through this? Why we are doing this? I'm not able to.
Say instead of assigning the targets individually, we are attaching an auto scaling group itself as a target group to the load balancer. Then, if any instance is dynamically provisioned also, those will be attached to the same load balancer. Even if my auto scaling created 10 more instances additionally, they will report to the same load balancer. Is it fine?
Yeah, basically you are trying to assign your load balancer to an auto scaling group.
Auto scaling
right?
group,
So that,
group, if you have a load balancer, we can attach to that directly.
okay, so that any failure
both the features, because auto scaling will give high scalability even if unexpected loads comes. Load balancer will redirect the decision to those healthy instances, both giving us high available applications.
but assigning a option scaling group option to a load balancer will it automatically create new instances when both the servers are?
That's we will specify the auto scaling policies. We will specify.
Okay.
Here you specify that. How many minimum you want, maximum you want. These all will specify here.
So instead of assigning to the load balancer which needs auto scaling, can we add a new load balancer with new instances to the existing load balancer for
That's not
instance failure?
Creating the auto scaling group itself, we need to attach because they didn't give the option to choose targets based on the auto scaling group. So first create a load balancer, then attach them to the auto scaling group. Otherwise, if you have auto scaling group is there, edit and attach the load balancer to that.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so these are all assignments you need to do. So everyone need to do these all the assignments. So keep one AMI application with application ready and create auto scaling, load balancers, network load balancers, all those try to finish. Okay.
Sure.
I'll share this screen like link once I got the conversion is done. Okay.
Okay, sure.